Scorpio Rising October 2020 is a running all over the place month of like gathering resources, talking to the people you need to, and being very, very much a busybody. If you are excited to dive into what the astrology, the tarot deck, and the oracle deck cards have in store for you for this month, make sure that you like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so that you are always up to date with what the stars have in store for you. This video is brought to you by my very own Astrology Academy course. I've been working on this course for so many months, testing it, refining it, reiterating it, and making it the product that I would have wanted for me to start out when I was learning astrology. So all the information is below if that's something that you're interested in, as well as a 1-hour webinar that I did, which is just a very, very brief overview to how to start learning astrology, so that if you know that you want to commit, you can look at that down below. But if you are more interested in like dipping your toe in or seeing what astrology exactly is, the webinar is also linked down below. Either way, I'm excited to start learning with you in the weeks and months and future to come. Hi, I'm Maren. I am a professional astrologer, author, and philosophy student. I combine traditional Hellenistic astrology techniques with modern psychological counseling dynamics in order to provide grounded spiritual guidance. This whole entire month, we have the conversation of Mars in your Aries 6th house, square to Saturn, Jupiter, and Pluto in your Capricorn 3rd house. That beginning of the month, you might already be running on empty, where your physical demands are at odds with your creation demands, that you are expected to be doing all this work and creating all this specifically like content or creative output, and that is very much what your body is telling you not to do. That there's a call to rest and there's a call to like recover, especially if you're dealing with an injury or over-exercising, and that's at odds with what's expected of you on an output level. So there is a tension coloring this month around the need to slow down but still maintain your demands. On the 1st through the 5th, we have Jupiter in your Capricorn 3rd house, sextiling Neptune in your Pisces 5th house. So there is this glimmer of hope conversation that has been present for all of 2020, but is specifically active now around a potential opportunity that your writing projects do allow you to have in connection with creativity. That possibly, even though it's demanding, you do feel that all of the effort that you're pouring into day-to-day work and grinding is like, I'm more creative and I'm more fulfilled and it's fun in a certain way. It's definitely a long, like, light at the end of the tunnel sort of work. It's not this like immediate yay fun, but it is something where you see that you're getting somewhere with all the energy you're putting into your creative output. On the 1st, we have a full moon in Aries in your 6th house, 12th house axis. There's a full video on this linked down below, and this is a full moon that's very explosive and very rebellious, and it's happening in a sector of your sky around physical health in particular and how that affects mental health. So I would be careful if you are like an avid exerciser or someone who's really, really training. This could be something where you like blow something out or that you are overdoing it. So allow this chapter around physical health to be like you are ending a way of dealing with the world physically that is not helpful. This could also be coworkers. This could also be that you're leaving a coworker dynamic because it affects your mental health in a way that's non-conducive. But more than likely it is dealing with like treating your body with the kind of softness that you need to in order to feel safer on a mental level. On the 10th through the 19th, we have the Sun in your Libra 12th house squaring Jupiter, Saturn, and Pluto in your Capricorn 3rd house. Middle of the month definitely is picking up steam of awareness that the constant grinding is taking an impact on your mental health, and you're needing to prioritize your downtime and your spiritual practices instead of just go, go, go. So picking up meditation or investing even more into meditation by the middle of the month, very important for this October. On the 11th, we do have Venus in your Virgo 11th house, trining Uranus in your Taurus 7th house. So, I like this. By the 11th, like middle of the month, expect some sudden relationship opportunities possibly to come from knowing the right people or being in the right place at the right time. That connections this month are allowing for some sudden or unexpected relationship opportunity to blossom, and that's not necessarily romantic, but some sort of relationship is coming out of having the right connections. On the 13th, the Sun in your Libra 12th house is opposing Mars in your Aries 6th house. So yeah, by the 13th, again, there's this dynamic of focusing on mental health and how that's demanding that you change physical health or your routine or the way in which you interact with your immediate coworkers to support that. On the 16th, we do have a new moon in your Libra 12th house. I highly recommend that you watch the full video linked down below on this new moon. For you, this is a new beginning around your internal world, your spiritual practices, even inquiring about your psychology or starting to look at your habits and if those habits are self-destructive or supportive, and having a new beginning of internalization. On the 18th, we have Venus in your Virgo 11th house opposing Neptune and Pisces in your 5th house. So be wary around something that sounds too good to be true being told by a romantic partner, and having that be at odds with what your friends or your connections are also telling you to do. That there's a dynamic of confusion between some dreams in romance or creativity and how that's affecting some definite considerations and some definite facts in your social world. That stick to not necessarily making a decision if it feels very conflicting and confusing. On the 18th through the 25th, we have Venus and Virgo in your 11th house, trining Jupiter, Saturn, and Pluto in your Capricorn 3rd house. This is actually a really positive alignment of your connections and your wherewithal and your ability to socialize this month and who you're talking to, allowing you to commit in a more healthy, supportive manner to the projects that you're doing. Maybe this means you're delegating your tasks, or you find a team this month, or you join a group of people that are helping you. That this screams like help and getting outside feedback in a way that supports you moving forward. And we end the month with the sun in your Scorpio 1st house opposing Uranus in your Taurus 7th house on the 31st. Oof, this is major relationship surprise or upheaval, or just like dynamic of whoever your partner is, maybe in business, maybe romantically, doing something erratic, and you're like, that's shocking, that affects my identity too. So it's not necessarily challenging, or I guess it is challenging, but it's not like bad or good. It's just like, whoa, someone you're closely bound to does something unexpected and it affects your identity as well. If you do have any thoughts around the astrology coming up this October for you, do let me know in the comments down below. I'd love to hear from you before we do get into some tarot cards. So tarot card for Scorpio Risings that we have for this month, we have the Nine of Swords, and the Nine of Swords is directly actually like the Lord of Cruelty. It really specifically is mental cruelty or aggressive thoughts. So you might be realizing that your self-talk is not supportive of you feeling safe in your body or safe in like your day-to-day environment, that you're rethinking the way that you talk to yourself, and you are needing to experience the hard truths in order to find more fulfillment in that way you're expected to do. Now for a Work Your Light Oracle deck card for Scorpio Risings for this month, we have Akasha. Your guidance is divinely guided. If any of you have been thinking about getting a reading or looking into the Akashic records, this can be a good sign that you are called to examine other lives or incarnations as a way to gain information that's relevant for this life. This can even simply mean that if you, like this month does indicate spiritual connection being something that's of importance, go to your meditation practice. Prioritize finding a place of stillness where your guides can actually come in for you, and reconnecting from a place of openness to receive this guidance. If you enjoyed this and you would like to check out my personal consultations below, if I am open for readings, I would love to read for you. And if I'm not right now at this time, you will be notified of a wait list and places to join so that you can hear when I am reopened. But other things, astrology webinar is down below, 1 hour to really get you started and learn from me directly, what the first things I would guide you on are. Astrology Academy is down below if you are ready to dive into this on a semester-esque, really committed level. I'm excited to learn with you in that way. But either way, do let me know down below any thoughts that you have about this October. Would love to hear from you. Like, subscribe, do all of the things. And sending so much love. I will see you in the next one.
There is one